will just like
Because like my brother was. My brother was.
He'll probably get more followers than you.
I know. It was a D. Like, I don't care about your problems.
You should.
That was the funniest thing about Double Trouble was like when the girls all started fighting. Although I was like, I don't care, but that's not my problem.
Yeah, someone was like, he said, I don't get involved in women's problems. Yeah. Like the problems of women. I know better than to get involved. Jerome came up to us crying, like, I'm so sorry. I was like, no one's mad at you, Jerome. Like, stop stealing the light. Tell Benina I want to wrestle her. Tell Benina I want to fight her. And Ara starts crying like during, and I was like, yeah. Everybody stop crying.
I was so confused.
Nobody's
like, Alda would cry, and then she'd start laughing and smiling.
She's crazy.
It freaked me out.
Me too.
I was like, what do I do?
Nothing. Stay away from it.
I did. Stay away from all of it. And then Benina came next to Tyler and me because we were chilling in the corner, and she starts crying, and just laying there crying.
Yeah, why is she crying next to the twins? If you want to cry, go to the corner and cry by yourself.
I was like, yo, bro.
Cry next to the twins for a reason. Like, console me. Like, no.
I was like, yo, bro. He's like, yeah, no, I'm not even looking over there.
Not my problem. I'm just going to phase it out. I don't like people that need to be babied. It annoys me so much.
I know. That's why I love my brother, because he's just like...
Nope. You're not getting it.
I don't need this, bro.
I'm not going to be manipulated by your tears.
You can support yourself.
You can do this on your own. You got into this mess on your own. You get yourself out. I gave her a hard time too. She was like trying to say sorry, and I was like, in Tagalog, just like, no, you have to do it good. You've upset me. That's not my problem either, because once I'm upset, it's out of my hands. Once I'm already upset, nothing can be done. So many good times in this house. So many stressful times.
I just don't understand, like, if we know that they're all going to win, what's our drive to finish?
Memorability. Maybe they'll give, like, consolidation prizes. You know?
So you got McCoy.
Maybe there's another jacket.
McCoy and Nico. They're going to be up there for sure. Elise will be up there for sure.
That's, ugh.
You have Kisses, Mai, Young, and Edward. And then Jinri. And then there's us.
The mortals.
So you have 3 celebrities. 4 technically.
All of them are complete.
And then 4.
No one's been eliminated but regular housemates in this entire season. Except for Nono, which was an unfortunate series of events.
I'm sad about that.
Me too. We worked hard to get him in here.
I know. And you have the 4 teens, which are celebs, basically.
You imagine every single lucky task was to get him in here?
Yeah.
Now he's gone.
True.
So it's as if we just didn't do any lucky tasks at all.
No. But it's okay, he made me happy.
He made me happy, and he fed me food.
He was like my little piece of happiness in here.
Mm. And I was fine with the fact that he didn't do much, task-wise.
Yeah.
I didn't care.
He just made everyone smile.
Yeah, and he made food during the task, which is just as valuable as doing the task.
Right. And he worked hard, though. He did work hard at all the tasks.
Yeah.
Especially the cheerleading.
No, of course that was. But I'm saying, like, if you want him to, like, build something or do something, he's not about that life.
No.
Which is fine, and it's funny to see, because he just, I'm like, you guys okay? All right. See you later.
All right.
We're going to make some jokes. Okay. Thank you.
Oh, he just makes me happy to be around.
Yeah. When he left, I was just like, oh, no. Like, what now? And then there's a face-to-face. Like, that's the worst thing ever. Well, I don't have to do that again.
The thing is if we both pass this nomination, which one of us is leaving, just to face the facts, the next nomination, the other one of us is going to leave.
Yeah, it's one. Like, even if I make it past this one, I was thinking the next one's going to get me.
It's still going to leave. Which is why, what's the point? Is my opinion. Like, what's the point? Because
I don't know what else to do if
either
it's
this
not trying
week
to stay in.
or next week.
Yeah. That was the conclusion I came to as well. I was like, okay, well, let's try for this one. And then if I make it one more, then that will be it. And last week it was like, I just want to make 100 days. Like, I set these little milestones for myself just to distract me from, like,
I don't know.
Depression.
I had high hopes until this week. I thought about it. And I was like...
I thought about it right when Jerome and Oro were gone, because Kuya asked, he was like, how's it feel that you two are the only regulars? I was like, Kuya, they're just going to pick us off one by one. I even did this in confession. I was like, just picking us off, Kuya. We're just cans on a wall.
But seriously.
And the worst part is, like, they subliminally gang. It's like they all know. They're like, okay, we'll go for that.
I know, because they all got to work with each other on the outside. They already all are...
Our clan.
A group.
Gang. We're up against Hell's Angels.
Who are we?
You and I. We are volunteer firemen. Like, what's the lowest nothing of a gang?
The new recruits?
I haven't even been hazed.
You know, it's weird though, because in our season, I didn't have to go through voting once. I didn't do any of that stuff.
I know.
And I won the big jump. And just to make it here, to get voted out.
It's a lot of work.
A lot of work.
I hung on like tooth and nail to be here, and I'm still,
And even if I do get nominated, I'm still going to leave here.
Yeah, ultimately.
Ultimately.
But I mean, that's the tricky part about this season is, if it had been just like separated, you'd probably have won. But since it's all three together, there's two less winners than there would be. So you're fighting like triple as hard as the show should have been. And normally the show had no lucky tasks. So just imagine that.
True. And
if you just joined last year or next year, we'd have won by now.
It's okay. This
right.
is a fun experience though.
This is it's like an all-in-one experience. I don't need any more experiences after this. I can just go live my own life and travel. Like, this is quite enough. It's like boot camp, reality TV, friendship camp.
I don't regret any part of this experience.
No, I don't regret it. It was all fun and games. Like right after it was past the point of no return, I was like, oh my god, holy crap, what did I do? Why did I do that? Why did I join that show? What? I have to go now. I have to show face. What was I thinking? So to still be here thinking is nice.
The difference though is when you get outside and you start thinking about what happened in the show.
It'll be great.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Because I'll be eating cake while I do it and drinking
and you'll be
coffee.
like, wow.
God, I'm amazing.
I don't know, when I think back at it, in the beginning of the show, I was like, I feel completely different from when I was in the beginning of the show.
No, I know I am. I didn't even talk to you. You sat down, I remember the first time you sat down at the table to talk to me, I was like, okay, what are we doing? What am I going to say to this guy? Why are we sharing right now? I was so uncomfortable just talking to people. I
was uncomfortable doing those group sharings, like the Halloween one. Like, where you have to stand up front and share your feelings about something, and everyone's crying, and you feel like you need to, because it's like a sad thing.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, I'm not going to cry, so I don't know, don't hate me for not crying.
I mean, I'm more used to it, but I never know what I'm going to say. Like, I don't get the objective.
True.
It's only in confession where I realized, like, oh crap, that's what we were supposed to be doing. Man, I didn't know that. I'm sorry. I was talking about something else. But that's okay. Whatevs. It's too late now. Learned how to cook champurrado. Win. Learned how to make fruit salad. Double win. I extended my career by at least 5 more years.
Win.
Ultimate win.
Ultimate.
Supposed to be retired. I'm gonna do some magazine covers. Yes.
Supposed to be retired by now?
Yeah, I had already quit. Like, modeling was not something I planned on doing till like past mid-20s.
What are you gonna do after?
Get a business, like a real job. Go back,
Yeah.
move back home. Live
Did you
my
save
life.
money up for that?
I did.
Yeah.
I saved a lot of money. Like,
Nice.
as far as modeling goes, like, not trying to be a bee, but I was like under the table supermodel. Like, I did more jobs than the girls that get a lot of publicity. I
Yeah.
made significantly more income than they did. But I was never trying to like get a lot of followers or anything like that. But as far as the jobs, I was like running it. I was running it.
Nice.
And then I saved all my money, helped pay like my parents' rent for a whole year, paid for some of their house to be built for my grandma. Lots of stuff. Sent
That's awesome.
home. Yeah, I saved my own money, which is hiding right now. And then I was gonna quit. Use that and do something else. Build a little house for myself. I don't know. I was still figuring it out. Then there was a change of plans, so now I'm gonna just work some more and save up more money so I can have a nicer house.
Building a small house would be cool. For me, that's like building my own car.
Yeah, that's what I want to do,
You
is
get to build
build a
your own
tiny
house.
house.
Be cool.
And know everything about it. I was already doing all the research, like learning about things that I didn't know about, like just.
Do you know how big you want to
just
make it? Like as
exposing.
big as this? No.
No. At
Smaller.
first I was thinking I wanted to fit on the back of a truck, like a semi-truck. I want it to be movable.
Yeah, why don't you build it on like a truck bed?
Truck bed, yeah, exactly. I was thinking about it,
Be
but then I want to ultimately, when I find out where I want to live, be able to take that and put it on something with a huge effing basement. Like,
You
so
know
it
what-
looks like a tiny house, but when you go to the bottom, it's like, oh my god.
You know what you should do is,
Mansion.
semi-truck trailers?
Yeah,
Like the wide ones?
they build
You
them
could
on
build them like that, and then you could build a two-story one.
Can't be
'cause
taller than like 19 feet or 19. Something so I can drive it
so
around the
under-
states.
Yeah. You just build it as tall as a semi-truck trailer.
Yeah.
And then you could have 2 floors still.
Yeah, they're lofts. They're awesome. That's what I want, but that's still kind of big for
Yeah,
me
that's
to be
big.
building for my first. I don't know how to build stuff. So I
Yeah.
figured I'd start with like a small like micro home and then work my way up to building like a semi-truck movable one, because that has to have weight requirements if you want it
Oh, yeah.
loaded up and move it. Then I have to think a lot more. But I was thinking maybe buy a plot of land here, like a little vacation home.
Could
Something
just-
super tiny that I just made by myself. I don't know. I used to plan it out like down to the T, but then things change so much that it's like, why plan it? Why plan it at all? I'll plan it when I get there.
Yeah.
All I know is I want like the sundial, like the rose line in. I've seen this a couple of times. It's the rose line in the Da Vinci Code, and this other snowboarder, he's like a millionaire. He built his own micro house and he did the same thing. It uses the sun to make a calendar like in your house.
Really? How's
Yeah,
that
you
work?
keep. It's like the rose line in Da Vinci Code. Like this, you find the point where it's gonna start off, and the sun changes every season, every day. So
Yeah.
it's like a clock for the day. It's a seasonal clock, and you can even have like a special marking for your birthday. So like you
Really?
can, yeah. So every day when the sun sets, the light coming through your window basically will align with markings inside your house. You just look there. It's like a natural clock. It's like a
Crazy.
natural thing. It's cool. I just feel like I'd rather look at that than an actual clock, 'cause it gives me anxiety now after this place. I'd rather just be like, oh, the sun's at 4:30, great. But that way it looks like decorations on my floor, on my ceiling. It's like one theme going through my house. kind of like a map, like wallpaper, subway wallpaper, but it actually tells you something, and nobody knows it but me. Little details like that. Like to have a dog. Pizza oven that I build myself also. Watch a lot of YouTube about building things like that, like pizza ovens. Little DIYs.
It'd be cool to have like a wood burning stove.
Yeah, those aren't expensive either. Then you can live in a cold place too.
Yeah. Would you build it here or in the States?
It's probably like actually cheaper here. There's less licensing. You can get around like all the rules.
Yeah.
But if I could build one in the States, that'd be awesome. I built my brother one, Oregon, Denver, something. Ultimately, ideally, I wanted to be in Denver, but then I was looking at prices. This was 2 years ago, probably 2.5 years ago. I was already researching prices and stuff, and at that time, I didn't have enough money. So I was like, maybe I'll change my plans and live here. But if I'm going tiny, I might as well have 3, one in every corner of the world I want to stay at. Why not?
Yeah, all you have to do is buy a lot.
Yeah, if I make good money after this. Plus, I don't want, like, for me, the land's more important than the house. So I want, like, acres. I want, like, ranch property, you know.
So you want, like, 20 acres?
Yeah, I want to have, like, a garage bigger than my house. Because I just sleep in my house, but I want to, like, live outside and, like, do stuff.
Yeah.
Live my life. But the house part, I don't think is so important. Plus, the kitchen's going to be outside anyways.
You know what you can do? So that you could buy a bunch of land, but you could pay it off really fast. So buy a bunch of land, rent a little portion of it, like an acre or 2.
Yeah.
And people can build a house on it or something, and you just rent it out. And they just rent